Okay, hey, we're live. Okay, this is my first web series, and it's just gonna be about doing this travel. So it's basically gonna be picking one place on Google Maps, and then we're gonna go there, and we're gonna find out stuff about it, and look into it a bit, and it's gonna be cool. And this is gonna be episode one. I haven't figured out the final name I'm gonna call this. I think for now it's gonna be called Travel Episode One, and then wherever we're gonna go. So, yeah, this is what's gonna be happening. And there's a lot of places around the world you can go to, you can check out, and you get to see me go to these places. And I don't have to go on the plane, and I don't have to get health insurance, and find places to eat where I'm not gonna get sick. That's, or I guess travel can be better than that, but I'm just being really positive. Okay, so what I did was, and the last two times I tried to um, do this video, the computer kept heating up, and I had to kind of quit this whole setup because I guess this is really heavy on the computer and gets it hot really quick. So I had to quit, but basically what I did was I started here in the US, and this is how I do, how I pick a place. So I just go one, just keep rotating it, two, three, and four, and then I rotate it like this. That last rotation was huge, but I ended up here in Asia, just rotating 5 times. And then I got down here in like Indonesia. I was like, okay, let me check out Indonesia. And okay, I went in Indonesia, and I actually went down here near Surabaya because I found that interesting. But there's a lot of different places you can go. Like, look at all these places. Like, how do you pick a spot? So I checked out this island. I found this Madura Island, and I just want to check this out. And then I saw there's this Pamakijan, which is a strange name, but yeah, you can click on it on Wikipedia, and you can go on the Wikipedia page, and it turns out it's a town, administrative center in Pamekasan, Regency, East Java, Indonesia. So it's on this island Madura. It doesn't look like there's much information on this at all. Like, it's kind of off the map. You'd think there would be more talking about this. I don't know if you have to go in specifically like Madura Island. I can't really check because I got this video here. I gotta move the video down. Madura Island. I can't really see anything that's coming up in the search. Maybe I should put that down further. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. So it's saying this Madura Island is quite big. I don't see anything that interesting here, but I guess it was in Dutch hands at one point. And I know this can go really long if I start actually reading this. And the first thing here was the Sultan Agung of Mataram conquered Madura. What was this? There was actually a Sultan here ruling this whole thing. Sultan Agung, great Sultan or majestic Sultan. Is a subject of a substantial amount of literature due to his legacy as a Javanese ruler. So that's what they call Javanese. It's kind of like Japanese, but this is Java, so it's called Javanese. And he fought against the incursions of the Dutch East India Company, and I can see this getting really boring for anyone watching. Is this? Are people gonna care about this? I think it's kind of interesting. And he was a conqueror, and he was known for his existence within a cultural framework where myth and magic are well intertwined with verifiable historical events and personages. So he actually, wow, he's got quite a history. So he became the ruler of Mataram in 1613, and the next year he attacked this Surabaya as well as Malang, which is Surabaya, I think is a, okay. This is why you gotta know your geography. So it's not enough we're on Madura Island. Now we're going into the history of the whole Java. I think Java is this whole island here, and then you got the. Maybe I should go in first and say what the whole country is, and then the capital and everything, before I get to that. I didn't think that I would end up this heavily in the history of this so quickly. Like already I'm on the Sultanagang, who's on this island. What this is it's Indonesia, the islands, Java apparently. Jakarta is the capital. And you got this big city here, Surabaya. And our Madura Island is off the coast of Surabaya. And what happened was this guy in 1613, Sultan Agung, attacked Surabaya, as well as this Malang, which was south of it, but failed to conquer them. He actually expanded though. What happened? Agung's grandfather now felt strong enough to attack this powerful city, Senapati, which was another city. But eventually, Agung, and then he tried to do another siege. He tried to drive the Dutch out of their base at the coastal city of Jakarta in 1629. Though he possessed larger and superior land forces, the Dutch had decisive advantages in naval power and were able to withstand the siege of Batavia. So he wasn't able to take them over, the siege failed. He wasn't able to extend his power to the island of Bali, although he was successful in Java, which, where was this siege of Batavia? Somehow he still was able to gain control in Java, even though the Dutch survived. And then he built a big palace there, which was his Carter Palace. And this is the kind of stuff that's interesting, is see palaces that don't have pictures. Fantastic. It would have been interesting to see a picture here, but there's this palace built by him in the early 1600s. Sultan Agung built it, and it was destroyed by fire. As with the remains of his son's palace compound appeared, there are no signs of the structure remain. This was an old palace. This is why I guess it's good to research this stuff beforehand instead of just going right into this, because it's like really, it can get long. Like, how long am I going at here? I must be going in a few minutes. I don't have a timer on this. Okay, this guy undisputedly ruled this Mataram. And but there was rebellions still though, and that was the thing, that he just couldn't capture that Batavia in 1628-29 and drive the Dutch out. And then he died in 1632. How old was this guy? He lived 32 years. No, he didn't. Why is it showing? Oh, his reign. I was looking at his reign as his birth. He's 51 or 52 years old. He lived pretty long. He began building 1632 his burial palace. It was 15 kilometers south of Yogyakarta. Imogiri remains the resting place of which is the place where he's buried, is in Imogiri, and it remains the resting place of most of the royalty of them. And the queen, Batang, their sons, are also there. Gang died in spring of 1646, leaving behind an empire that covered most of Java and stretched to its neighboring islands. That's quite a bit to leave. And yeah, we don't have to go that deep into this Gang, but I guess that's the first thing that shows up as soon as you go to Madura Island, is that he conquered Madura Island in 1624. Um, then I like to show more pictures. Okay, I gotta get just like checking out some pictures of this, because whoever is watching this is gonna get bored if I don't show some pictures, and that's like the most interesting thing. But it burns up the computer. But still, yeah. So I don't know if you can get copyright for this. We're using Google Maps on YouTube. It's not like I'm intentionally doing anything, but yeah, it's cool. So this looks like some sort of shelter. What's going on here? Oh yeah, this is exactly where the computer starts getting hot. I might not be able to do this web series. It might be stuck at episode 1. Because this is like this is one of the main things, is going in and checking out stuff. So this is what you see in Indonesia, in Java, Madura Island. So these little bicycles. And then what's interesting here, we're driving on the opposite side of the road, depending on where you live. And we drive on the other side. What's interesting, this guy looks like he's coming this way, but I think he's actually going the other way. I'm putting up something. There's a lot of traffic here. And I'm just going to cut this video now because I think I'm going over the time limit. Oh, there's a bridge here. Whoa, that is strange to see. Wow, that water is so low. No wonder it's so dangerous to be living here, because you're living like right on the water. There's not much of a elevation difference there. Like you're right on, like the boat is basically at the same level as the houses, right at sea level, depending on where you live. But you might have this, but that is crazy. And then you got, like, at any time there could be like a tsunami coming in here and wash this away. This bridge really looks new. And they have even a seawall here, because it looks like some of these houses were built like right on the river, like in the river. Like what were they thinking? That's crazy. They have like ladders to climb over the wall. That's an expensive wall though. It looks like they put some money in here. They got a nice new bridge. They got a seawall. Yeah, over here they don't have much of a seawall. They don't have anything, but it's a bit higher on the right side. That is really low over here. That's nuts. Like, and they're building like new stuff here. I think that's new. Maybe it's not so new. It's hard to tell what's new and what's not new. But that's a pretty big wall. Maybe the tide's down now and there's not that much water too. If it rains, a monsoon, there's like a monsoon or something, or typhoon, this is like a tough place to be. They put in a big wall, but I don't trust that holding much back. Okay, so this is Madura Island, Sampang. That's where we're at. Is there anything else here? Wow, this is like a different place. Completely different. I don't know if you've ever been to Indonesia, but there's laborers working. They're working hard. I think, what are they doing? Grabbing dirt and putting it in a wheelbarrow. This guy's picking the dirt by hand. That's tough. They got sandbags. What are they doing? They're putting up sandbags to hold back the water. You might know better than me. Maybe something with their new construction here, or maybe they're filling these bags with sand and then taking them somewhere else. But it looks like they just put the sand down here. So it's hard to say what they're doing with these bags. They have bags there. It looks like they're burning the bags. Actually, I can't tell. Maybe we'll go down the road a bit and see. What are these little huts? That's crazy. I'm surprised that Google Maps even came here. What kind of... They weren't scared? Like, this is nuts. Oh, there's like this little guy on a bicycle here. He's carrying like what is it, sandbags? He's carrying 2 sandbags on his bicycle. What is going on with this guy? Wow, and that's not even like a normal bicycle. That's like a weird, like, mixed bicycle. That's not like one of the new bicycles, like mountain bikes I've seen around here in our world. That's like, maybe that's like an old bicycle they had like 40 years ago or something. That's crazy. And this kid can't even sit on the bicycle. He's got something over his face. He's all covered up. Notice how they're all covered up here? I think maybe the sun's really strong and maybe it burns them, so they have to be covered. Oh, you don't know. It might be cold too. I didn't think it looked that cold, but this was in October. Was October cold there or warm there? October I thought was a warmer season. But it's kind of like a shifting time of year, I think, with the weather. But yeah, that's crazy. So this is the kind of stuff you see with these series. You think it's boring when you start talking about Agong, but then like you come and see the pictures and see what it's like here, and this is a completely different place. Yeah, that's nuts. You would never come to check this out by yourself. You can thank me for this, because like, I wouldn't even check this out by myself because there's so much to see. You don't even know where to start. But like, I can take you there. Oh, if this is going too long now, I gotta cut this. But here you can see they're like trying to build a wall. Oh, it looks like maybe they're farming here. Maybe they're doing rice or something. Maybe it's a rice paddock or something. They're doing something in here with making like there's like square blocks here of land that they've clearly done some sort of irrigation, is it called? I don't know anything about farming, but yeah, this is this place. Okay, we can check this off the list, and that's a new construction. And yeah, if you're looking for houses, I don't see any for sale here, but lots of land, and there's a lot of guys doing construction. Oh, look at these guys, they're just standing on a pile of dirt. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end it. I gotta cut this now. Okay, so that's my first web series. We'll go back, check out where we were. We were in Sampang, Madura Island, and we got to see some new stuff. And yeah, now you know about the Agong, the Dutch were here, all that stuff, and there's some new stuff you get to learn. I didn't do a lot of production in behind this, because I think it's just cool to, there's like a surprise factor in here where you can just go anywhere. You don't have to be settled into one place. I know if I go to certain places, I pick places ahead of time, I can do research, I can put together all the most interesting things, and throw them out in maybe 5-10 minutes really quick, and maybe you'll be really interested in that and everything. But it's not the same as this. It's like you can't come in here and just pick a place, and you can't produce that. To go to a place, just spin the globe, go to a place, check out what it's like there, and go through all these specific pictures. That it's kind of intimate what we're doing here. You can go in and see exactly where I'm going as I'm going, and there's things I think about that I wouldn't be thinking about in production, but maybe I should be producing this. Who knows? Like, go trying to gather facts and stuff before I go here. That way I can do it quicker. I have no clue how long this is taking me, but I'm gonna cut this because I probably spent like 20 minutes talking about this, and that's it. I'll throw this up now. This is my first part of this, and that's kind of what I was going for. Was just go to some place, check it out, maybe check out some facts on it, and there's a palace there. That whole Java, if you went there in the 1600s, was ruled by that Agung or whatever, and then there's the Surabaya, which is a big city there, Jakarta. If you care about this stuff, I know there's a lot of people like travel. If you don't, just skip this video and maybe go to one of my other videos where I talk about really interesting things that happen now. Maybe I can make a video that appeals to everybody, but yeah, so this is it. I'm gonna cut this, watch out, and subscribe.